love to go wheeling, whether it's in the mountains, on the rocks, playing in the sand, the mud, or the snow. Our bags are packed and we're ready to hit the trail. We get a chance to film the best off-road events in the country with some of the best riders in the world. These guys push their machines to the limit, but sometimes the terrain wins. These creative engineers are going to show you how they fix it on the trail to get it home and ready to ride again. Gears, Rocks, and Wrenches has been brought to you by Canati Tires, quality performance tires.
Yeah, so Hells Revenge, anytime you're bringing somebody for the first time to Moab, Hells Revenge is what they have in their mind. Just slick rock, the crazy climbs. It's super intimidating, but it's actually not that difficult, which kind of is why it has kind of in the community, people joke because all the mall crawlers can get up to Hells and they can look like they're doing all the stuff because all the hard obstacles has bypass. So you can go up there and take all the pictures you want and make it look like you did Hells, but if you didn't run any of the obstacles, did you really do Hells? But slick rock, escalator, you have escalator, Mickey's hot tub, Devil's hot tub, and such.
Okay, lock your third one too. Okay. Ready when you are. Go! Sorry. All-wheel steering keeps. Only lost a little bit of paint on the roll bar.
I always have a hard time describing Moab to people. The first time I was here, I want to say it was 5 or 6 years ago, and it really changed my life, and that's not an exaggeration. We were kind of in a hole in the business. We weren't really four-wheeling a lot. We were just working all the time, most of the grindstone, and we decided to come out here for the first time. And I just fell in love with wheeling all over again. The atmosphere, the town, the people are fantastic, but the trails are just otherworldly. And Moab really deserves its reputation as the best trail center in the world.
Easter Jeep Safari is, Jeeps from all over the country meet here in Moab, Utah. We've come, I think this is probably our 6th or 7th time out to Moab and probably 6th time to Easter Jeep Safari. But we usually stay away from all the crowds of people. There's tons and tons of people. If you get behind one of those groups, your day just got significantly longer. So we try to find places they won't be and run those trails. So we just have a group of friends today. I don't remember if we had about 10 or 12 Jeeps in our group, and we've had a great time.
Yeah, so I started driving down here when I was younger. We started coming down here Jeeping when I was about 14. I rode with my brothers, and we didn't even have a Jeep. My stepdad said, we have an S10 Blazer, go follow those guys on the trail. And that's kind of where it started, and it scared us. It scared us all, but we did Hells Revenge and made it through it. And from there, I always had ATVs and four-wheel drives growing up. We just kind of found a love for it, and then we started getting into the Jeeps because we got tired of cutting front axles out of Toyota trucks. And here we are today, 25 years later.
Canati Tires, a division of Greenball Corp, has been in the tire business for over 44 years. We're passionate about developing quality tires that perform great and bring extraordinary value to our customers. Whether you're looking for a tire that can handle your off-road adventures or simply want a tire with a beefier look that won't break the bank, then check out Canati Tires.
Pretty much the invention of the JK kind of changed the community and wheeling. You got a more comfortable vehicle, you could haul more people in it as well, and they became really capable. In a lot of places, I mean, wheelbase is absolutely king. Maybe not out east when you're running tight trails, wheelbase is kind of your enemy, but everywhere else, you know, the more wheelbase you have, the more stable you're going to be in a climb, the more forgiving you are, and then top that with a Rubicon, low range and lockers. I mean, that's what everyone used to build vehicles with. They just come standard from the factory. So it's given people the opportunity to get out and do this more, and with that comes the opportunity for women to get into these things and realize, wow, this isn't that hard. You know, it's pretty easy to drive these things just like everyone else is driving them. Especially like you saw Russ's daughter, McKinley, she drove through the hot tub and she's 14 years old. She took the Jeep a few times and then hollered on the CB, "See you guys later," and she took off without her parents in the Jeep. That stuff's hilarious.
Yeah, definitely today we ran the escalator. It was good to have someone spotting that knew that trail well. And that would be Russ, and I feel very confident if he's telling me which way to go that we could do that. So that was kind of a thrill. But everything out here that we've ever run, we've been able to get through, and it's been good. So. She does very well. She has been very fearless and listens, to the guide well, and she's done excellent. So I'm very proud of her and her wheeling, and it makes it fun just to see her experiencing the challenges and the heart rate going up in different situations and getting through it, and she's done great. So that's been fun.
Gotta turn really slow for me. Nice and easy. This way. Good. Right there. Wait. Back. Back. This is all just for the film. Okay, keep going nice and slow. This way. You're doing okay. Turn this way. A little bit of gas. Don't suck the front end down. Coming down. Down. Hold up. Hold up. Keep coming. Okay, right there. Towards me.
We're going to be our superstars today.
I have no idea what it was like on the other side, but on this side it was really scary. Oh, he kept saying go, 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 and I'm like, it keeps going up. I don't like that.
It had to feel wild.
It was really wild. So,
I almost started crying. I'm usually like good on these things, but that was scary.
scary.
But y'all did it.
We did it, yeah.
Once we got our wheels back down, and at least I could feel something, it was a lot better for sure.
So normally we get everybody straight through one shot, but these Jeeps are built for rock crawling, so they've got a lot of flex. They'll steer a little bit in the rear, so the hardest part is just getting the vehicles, the back end to line up. If you can get the back end to line up in the hole right, you're right through it, but they played a little trick on us today, but they did it. She was good. The vehicle was really flat on the hill as far as side to side. It wasn't leaning, pitching into the mountain. We weren't going to trade any paint with the rocks. But I was just trying to get the back end to slide to the right just a little bit. Both tires kind of have to wedge into that V a little bit, and then it'll set the front end down. But yeah, she was a little nervous, and I feel bad. I just got her on the wrong line climbing the first hill. So
but she's a trooper. So we at that point we're beyond her comfort zone. So we backed her up and tried to make it up after we backed her up a little bit. But no, she's a great driver, and we don't ever want to push anybody past their limits to make them never do this again. So hopefully next time we can get her through in one shot.
Yeah, when I said no, we need to stop and do something different, I was getting to the point where I was feeling out of control a little bit, but most of the time I was in pretty good control. I can't feel a whole lot. I mean, I can see when the front end drops, but that's about it. I still haven't been on the racks enough to know what it feels like when I'm safe and when I'm not safe. So that'll calm my hope.
You have a lot of women drivers this trip. It's awesome to see. They've been wheeling just as long as we have. This isn't just a man's sport, so it's really awesome to see everyone driving on their own rigs, doing a great job. It's fantastic.
Mickey's hot tub. What do you say about Mickey's hot tub?
It's fun. She hasn't done it yet. So
Yeah,
what do you say?
I'm really excited.
Right there.
Right's not your friend. Right's not the friend. Might as well back. You're climbing up that wall too far on the right.
This is meant to fly.
There's a line where as you're crawling up, you want to take your passenger tire and kind of hug the wall, hug that passenger wall, and then as you come up, you can let the Jeep kind of steer you over driver, steer into a little gas, and you should pop out of it. That's usually the line. Today's line for my Jeep was third gear, full throttle assault.
Let's go.
You look a little bit excited.
That was so much fun. That was a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
How's it going?
Good. Where are you from? So what did it feel like?
Lots of bouncing and speed and lots of up.
Staring at the sky.
Staring at the sky. For sure, that was awesome.
So Daryl, what'd you think?
That's about the fastest I've had to go up it. But sometimes you just gotta grab third and just let it go, you know?
Well, so when you get up to the top of Hells, there's going to be a few different hot tubs. The first one is car wash. It's a real simple one. It's kind of like a tiptoeing your way into the tubs, so to speak. A lot of times there's a little bit of water at the bottom. That's kind of why it's named car wash. Not a very difficult obstacle. The next one after that, it's actually called Devil's Hot Tub, the Devil's Hot Tub, and that's where all the buggies get wild. And that one is, whew, I've watched people try on that sucker. You got to be fast in reverse when you don't make that line because it is so steep and out. We've seen our friend Bob ran his JL through it a couple years ago and smashed it on its side a little bit, but you know, hey, he didn't make it, but he tried. So most people don't do Devil's Hot Tub. If you're lucky enough to watch a buggy go through it, you'll see why. And then after that is Mickey's Hot Tub. Pretty standard. Most vehicles can get through Mickey's if you know the line. It's kind of down into the tub, and then you want to kind of climb where your right tire's up on the wall a little bit, and then as you go, you turn to the left, and the whole thing kind of shifts you out like that. But it's really not a difficult obstacle. You'll see when some of the video, we actually use a winch strap on the front of a vehicle just to pull the front end down on a Jeep with the front locker, and then it walks it right out. So, you know, if you kind of have those tricks and you know what you're doing, or you have a local person who can show you around out here, you can do these obstacles pretty easy.
What was that like?
That was nerve-wracking, but she did awesome. Oh, my mama heart hurts. She's a pro.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's a pro. She's a natural.
Claire, why aren't you in there?
Don't let that scare you back.
The hot tubs are fun. We did, well, the car wash, pretty much anything can get through the car wash, and we did Mickey's hot tub. There's one I haven't tried. It's called Devil's Hot Tub, and I've seen a lot of things break and never make it out of there under their own power. So, but Mickey's hot tub is fun. The JK wheelbase works really well. This one's a little shorter. It was a little more a challenge, but we did get both the LJs through there, and that's fun. Get down completely below the surface in a hole, and then you have to drive yourself back out.
So on escalator today, escalator is one of those obstacles where if you're on the right line, it seems pretty easy. I mean, you get a little tippy, but if you're on the proper line, you shoot right up it. If you get off the line, it becomes very problematic. So Becky and I had an issue where our rear tires were a little driver in that hole. And what happens when that is, when you start to climb, that passenger tire kicks under, and you get this feeling where that driver tire comes up. Sometimes you can drive out of it, sometimes you can't. And Becky and I had to back up and reset just a couple times today. So I heard screaming from that Jeep. I don't know which spring girl it was screaming, but I heard some screaming. No, we've been wheeling almost as long as we've known each other. Actually, we have been wheeling as long as we've known each other. So she's seen a lot. It's been a few years for her out here, and she hasn't been through a lot of the optional stuff. This was her first time on Hells. I think last time she was here, we went to Arches and hiked the day the group was on Hells. So.